These are some of the pros and cons of living in Clearwater, Florida. I'm Mark from the Fazzini Group. We make these videos to help you make more informed decisions about buying and selling in this crazy Tampa Bay real estate market. And we do make these videos to connect with you. So if you are searching for a home in the area, we would love to help. I run a real estate team in Palm Harbor, and we'd be happy to help you in any way we can. So feel free to reach out via text, email, or phone. I know everyone on the internet loves to hear about the negatives, so let's start with the cons. Now, con number one is that Clearwater is a bit overhyped. So we do have Clearwater Beach, which is one of the top beaches in the country. It's always highly rated. But if you think about the general Clearwater area, you don't always get that amazing beach feel that you think of. So Clearwater has a lot of areas just with high traffic and not the nicest, maybe establishments or places to live. So at times, depending on where you are in the Clearwater area, it could be a little overhyped with what it is actually offering. Now, when we talk about Clearwater, I think one thing is really important to set the tone for this video. Clearwater is broken up along the map like this here. So you have on one end Clearwater Beach, which is its own world and its own area. And then you have more so Clearwater, the city, and just different areas and parts that we think of in our heads differently. So you can see on one end over here, there's a lot more single family homes and suburb type neighborhoods. And then as you go closer to the beach, you get into like the downtown area. It has a much different feel. So when you're talking about Clearwater, you really need to know which areas you're talking about. And we look at them a lot differently when we're advising our clients. And another con could be that it's very rental dominant in Clearwater. So we've all had to rent homes in our lifetimes, and people even choose to rent now. It's not a bad thing, but a lot of folks that are looking to buy as their primary residence or even a vacation property, they might not want to be surrounded by a bunch of rental properties. So you do find there's not a lot of oversight in certain areas that, as far as rental restrictions, that allows many people to have rentals. And there's been a lot of companies buying up real estate over the years in those areas. So one thing clients have expressed to us is that they might not want to be in a community with renters all around them. They'd rather primary owners be their neighbors. And another con along those same lines, there are a lot of vacation properties in the area. So if, let's say, someone owns a vacation house and they only use it 2 months out of the year, you might have a lot of those types of properties that are vacant for most of the year. So when you're in your community and you have, vacant neighbors, you don't necessarily build that same relationship and feel as other areas that might have people there full time. Okay, and the final con that we have for you today is the touristy feel in Clearwater. So mainly on Clearwater Beach, you are going to feel like it's a very touristy town. Now, we love to go to Clearwater Beach. We take our kids and we enjoy and we stay there for the weekend sometimes. But truthfully, if you talk to a lot of people that live in the area in Pinellas County year round, most people don't use Clearwater Beach as much as you would think. I can think of years when we maybe only went to Clearwater Beach 2 times the entire year. And a lot of that is because it is a very busy area. It's very touristy. So that isn't something that people necessarily want on their day-to-day. You're paying maybe higher prices for food and drinks, higher prices for hotels, or, it's just very busy and it's hard to get over the bridge to, get in and out of Clearwater Beach. So that is a con. As good as it is, that's going to be something that a lot of people aren't a big fan of. And there are other beaches that are probably just as good that a lot of people don't know about. So for instance, in Dunedin, you have Honeymoon Island, and that is a totally different experience, but it's a great beach that you can spend a lot of time at. And up in Tarpon, you have Fred Howard Park and Sunset Beach, and there's just many other options that give you that similar beach experience without as many people, which I kind of like. Okay, now we're gonna flip over to the pros of living in Clearwater, and one of those pros is the beach access. So Clearwater Beach is an amazing beach that's always top rated. It has the sugar-like sand, and it seems like miles and miles of beachfront. Anytime you wanted to experience that, you have that right at your fingertips living in Clearwater. And there are a lot of fun things to do on Clearwater Beach that you probably would be really happy with. And with that, the location, you do have access to other beaches as well. So whether you're on the beach living in Clearwater or you're in the suburbs somewhere, you're going to have quick access to those other beaches that we mentioned or the actual Clearwater beach. And you're very close to the water in general for all sorts of fun and boating activities. So sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, but being close to the water, boating access is number 2 on our pros list. So in Clearwater, you are very close to the Gulf. There are many, many marinas and areas to launch boats or to store your boat, either in wet or dry storage. So you have a lot of options. If you love to go out and go fishing, if you love to just stroll around on a pontoon boat and enjoy the beautiful sunshine, go to islands and set up a picnic, you have all those options right at your fingertips when you live in Clearwater. Okay, another pro to living in Clearwater is you have really good access to Tampa and to St. Pete. So you're not too far from going to St. Pete if you wanted to catch a Rays game. You're also not too far from downtown Tampa. So it might be a 20-minute to 30-minute max drive to get to downtown, 20 minutes from the airport. You're actually very centrally located when you do live in Clearwater. So that's a great pro. And if you are commuting, it could be a place that you want. And speaking of sports, Clearwater is also home for the spring training for the Phillies. So there's lots of fun games to catch there. And they also have the Clearwater Threshers, which is a minor league team that has a stadium in Clearwater as well. And then just north in Dunedin is the Blue Jays spring training stadium. This is a really cool area. So without even going to Tampa, you'll be able to experience that here just in the Clearwater area. So the final pro is the weather. So if you're watching this video, you probably know that we have great weather in the Clearwater area. You will find sunshine at all months of the year. We do have some rain in the summers, but overall it's really nice. And during the winter times when you're up north shoveling snow, down here in Clearwater, we have beautiful sunny days. And today I'm wearing a jacket, but it's probably only in the 60s. And as the sun comes out, it's some of the best weather you could possibly have. And Floridians are super weak with the cold. So, this jacket, I'm no exception to that. If you were from up north, you would probably be in a t-shirt and shorts right now. But year round, we do love our weather because it allows us to do all the outdoor activities that we love year round. So if you're watching this until the end, I know that you're trying to learn more and more about the area so you can make a good decision. The absolute best way that you can learn as much as possible is probably to reach out to someone like myself or my team to learn really what's best for you in your unique situation. We would be happy to help you with that. If you do need help buying or selling in the area, please feel free to reach out to us via text, email, or call, and we'd be happy to guide you in any way we can. So that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you for sharing your time with us. If you do need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Take care.